I know a lot of people watch YouTube in order to explore their career options, and I'm here to be a red flag. So I wrote down 3 or 4 reasons that I was not going to be pursuing aviation anymore. I have realized that it's a lot more dangerous. When I first started flying, people were like, "Isn't that dangerous?" And I thought, yeah, everything's dangerous. You gotta get on the highway, that's dangerous. They say it's more dangerous to drive to the airport than it is to fly. The truth of the matter is that when you're flying small airplanes in certain situations, it's about 15 times more dangerous than any other career. I started really thinking about it when 2 pilots, bless their hearts and souls, they got crashed into. And I used to say most accidents happen because of pilot error. Well, these guys, maybe they didn't do a clearing turn. Do I do clearing turns? Not always. And second of all, I've made lots of mistakes. I've come so close to hitting a tree. I've missed my call on ATC. And, yeah, pilot error. We all make mistakes. We're human. And I think interesting part of aviation is learning about psychology and the hazardous attitudes. In the beginning of my aviation exploration, I thought of myself as invulnerable, and maybe I also suffered from being macho, having something to prove. I do like doing things that are adventurous and dangerous. I like skiing, I like rock climbing, but to sit in an airplane for 8 hours a day in a busy airspace, teaching other students how to fly and being the pilot in command for real, not just the pilot in command in the logbooks, but I actually have a much more experienced person next to me. I don't think I was going to be able to make that transition anymore. I noticed some emotional dysregulation popping up and my inability to direct my attention where I wanted it to go. And they're not insurmountable. I could probably overcome them if I was really driven. But I want to talk about goal setting. You have to have SMART goals, and you have to have heart goals. Yeah, I'll just put them right there so that I don't have to go over them and memorize them. Now, even though I was at 200 hours, and at 250 you can apply for your commercial license, I still had a really long way to go. And I kept suffering from get-there-itis. Get-there-itis was manifesting as pain in my body, and despite the physical therapy and muscle relaxants to take at night or the Voltaren to rub on my joints, it wasn't helping. Pain management ultimately comes down to stress management, as well as healing from any past traumas. I started flying in 2019, before the pandemic, and then in the pandemic I became a micro school teacher, and that was actually really nice. I liked being a teacher of a small school, but the get-there-itis was compelled me to go back to doing my instrument rating, which is what I kind of started working on right after my private pilot license. Yet, if I had paid attention, I could have noticed that there were a lot of things about the way that the pandemic unfolded and how people reacted to it that could have been a red flag to, like, is this really the career you want to have? Aviation is already a cyclical feast and famine kind of job market. As you see, I really like my plants and growing plants and making music. Those are the simple things of life that I enjoy doing. And the pandemic should have taught us that simplicity is divine. So I'm aiming to make my life simple and to not have to jump through all those hoops to get to where I want to go. I want to keep my soul focused on peace, calm, love, joy, and trusting the next steps. I don't think that flying airplanes is in service to anybody. I want to enjoy the next 5 years that I have with my son, who is going to be 18 in 5 years and contribute in a meaningful way. The PAVE checklist is a way that pilots learn to make decisions. Assess ourselves. Are we emotionally well? Are we ill? So according to those checklist items, I'm no longer fit to fly because the pain and the psychological issues that are connected to those pains and my values changing in response to my external environment changing. You can't keep flying into the storm. You've got to look to the blue skies off your left wing and go that way. We all know that death is coming. And what do you want to spend 8 hours of your day doing? I'm going to be spending the near future figuring that out, about what are my gifts, what are my limitations, what do I really desire out of this lifetime, and how can we make this world a better place? I know this hasn't been a really useful video for pilots, but it's kind of like a video log of my life journey. So thanks for watching or not watching, I don't really care. I just wanted to justify why after 4 years coming to this conclusion